The Buhari government is not overwhelmed by insecurity in the country. Lai Mohammed counters Obasanjo's claim. Welcome to the news and thank you for tuning in to listen. Nigerian Minister of Information and Culture Lai Mohammed has countered ex-President Olusegun Obasanjo's claim that the country is overwhelmed by the barrages of insecurity incidents currently being experienced in the country. The minister made this known while featuring on TV6 This Morning State of the Nation anchored by Uncle Yuri today. When asked to give a stand on a statement credited to the former president Obasanjo that the country is overwhelmed by the insecurities in the country, he simply disagreed with it. He said he agreed with the fact that there are insecurities in the country, but it shouldn't be described with the word overwhelmed. The minister, who started by sympathizing with bereaved families of those who lost their lives in Abuja to Kaduna train attack, said this is the way the terrorists behave, as they would be quiet for quite a while and then carry out criminal attacks on innocent civilians. Mr. Lai said despite the attack, the Nigerian military has been working very well and recording successes in the fight against terrorism. We must not forget that we are fighting terrorists. We're not fighting conventional war. And when you are fighting terrorists, what they try to do is to seek from a soft underbelly and inflict a spectacular attack that will make you look incompetent. But don't forget, we inherited these terrorism ills. We must give kudos to our military. We must appreciate what the federal government has done in terms of providing the enabling environment for the military to wage war against terrorism. We have forgotten easily that 7 years ago it was impossible to go to most parts of the country, especially in the northeast. I remember that when we came in 2015, 13 local governments in Borno State were under the full control of Boko Haram terrorists. The minister, who maintained that it is always very easy for one to castigate the effort of a government, when one is that the other side, said in recent times there is no single local government under the control of Boko Haram. He noted that the recent laying down of arms by terrorists, their wives and children, in the thousands were due to the effectiveness of the Nigerian military. He said the Buhari-led government have bombed the terrorist camps and decimated them out, adding that President Buhari has not folded his arms in the fight against terrorism, as he continuously supplies the army with modern and sophisticated weapons to fight terrorists. He finally said that the government is far from being overwhelmed by the insecurity in the country, as he maintained that the Buhari government is on top of the situation. These people always have a way of saying things that are not even in connection. You're coming out to say 7 years ago, like they always try to make it seem that they are working. Uncle, there is nothing you have to say here. You're overwhelmed, you are overwhelmed. Admit it and the heaven will not fall. How can you say you're not overwhelmed by a situation that you have not been able to get control of for the past 7 years? Bros, Haba, you have been on a situation for 7 years and you're still coming out to tell us you're on top of the situation. Uncle, how can you say that when you came in, there are 13 local governments in Borno under Boko Haram? Now, you're saying there is none. This lorry raw. Wait, Kilode. This man, sometimes, he talks as if Nigeria don't listen to news. He talks as if Nigerians are not informed. He talks as if Nigeria they are not aware of what is going on. And the reverse is the case. Lai Mohammed is an educated illiterate. He is lucky his type is holding this sensitive position in the government, of which Nigeria, whose leadership himself is an illiterate. What you see in the government of Nigeria today is mass illiteracy among the operators of the government. 80% of them lack sound educational credentials. It is shameful, but they don't care. This one is not even about credential. It's not about the credential. These people know the evil they are doing. It is just like you are holding white in front of a person and the person is telling you that they are seeing black. That is how it is, and you keep asking yourself if the person is delusional. The person is telling you they are seeing, and they're actually seeing. But they're telling you that the white paper you're holding is actually black. They're saying it without conviction that you're the one that your eyes is spinning. And you keep asking yourself, what kind of a planet do these people come from? It's not that they're illiterate. At all. You think you don't know what they're doing? They know perfectly well. And why am I saying they know what they're doing? Is because if another party comes into power, this same Lai Mohammed will come out today and will sing another song. If, for instance, it is the PDP that is ruling, all of a sudden you'll see that your eyes will be working very fine. What do you expect from a government that cannot protect its citizens? It is government propaganda, lies. It is highly unfortunate for a serving minister and a spokesperson of a current government to deny the fact that government is overwhelmed by insecurity. My dear, it is very disturbing. If it is a citizen valid country, many of those kind of leaders would have now tendered letters of resignation and face charges in the court. My dear, I've said it severally. If we have people who come into government for the sole purpose of serving the people, do you know that in the third year or maybe in the fourth year, he will not go for a second term? He will clearly state that he cannot handle the security situation. And we'll have it in history that this man did not come down because of incompetency. He came down because he loves the people of Nigeria and he don't want them to suffer more losses under his name. He will say whoever that can handle the situation should come up. Yeah, you can be a president, but did they write it anywhere that you cannot resign? It's just as if you are watching your children die. Imagine being a mother and your children. You're watching them die one after the other. All due to cause that they can say, okay, if the children stay with you, they will die. But if they don't stay with you, they're going to leave. As a mother, what will you do? You will give up your children for the sake of their safety. This is what you are going to do. But the president is actually waiting, and those the presidency, they are preferring the children's death over them. You mean it is better they stay with me for a short while and die than for them to, they don't stay with me and they don't die. That is what they are doing. It's just as if you walked into a hospital or you rush somebody to a hospital and they're telling you, between the mother and the baby, which do you want? Forgetting that it is the mother that produces the baby, you say the baby is better. That they should do everything they want to save the baby. But the reverse is the case. I'm surprised that any time one challenge the government on insecurity, instead to accept their inability to tackle the situation, they always measure the security success to the 13 local governments in Borno. Today, how many local governments, either directly or indirectly, under the control of bandits in the Northwest? A lot. They claim the era of bomb blasts is over. Is that true? Wasn't not the bomb that I used on the train from Abuja to Kaduna? My brother, ask me. Can he sincerely say that those under PDP watch are more than APC watch? Those killed under PDP watch are more? Help me and ask them this question. Those displaced, property destroyed under PDP are more than that of APC 7 years? One basic question many Nigerians are asking is, APC told Nigerians in 2014 that they have the solution to the problems of a Nigerian, particularly insecurity, corruption, and economy. Today, what are we experiencing? Why is it a crime and offensive Nigerian government still asks the question, how far APC of your promises to Nigerians? My dear, like I said before, they know all this, but they are just living in denial. On this note, we've come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen. Until I come your way next time, enjoy the rest of your day.